Interview 1.
Welcome to Green Living Today. We're joined by Ms. Maria, an expert in urban gardening, to discuss the growing popularity of gardening in cities. Ms. Maria, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Urban gardening has been gaining popularity in recent years. Why do you think more people in cities are turning to gardening?
There are several reasons for this. First, many people living in cities are becoming more interested in where their food comes from. Urban gardening allows them to grow their own fruits, vegetables, and herbs right in their own backyards, balconies, or even on rooftops. This not only gives them access to fresh, organic produce but also helps them save money on groceries. Additionally, gardening has proven mental health benefits. It gives people a sense of peace and relaxation, helping them de-stress from their busy city lifestyle.
That's fascinating. What are some of the challenges that urban gardeners face?
One of the biggest challenges is space. Cities are often crowded, and many people live in apartments without much room for a garden. However, people have been finding creative solutions, such as vertical gardens, container gardening, and even hydroponic systems. Another challenge is the lack of direct sunlight, especially in areas surrounded by tall buildings. Urban gardeners often have to be strategic about where they place their plants to ensure they get enough light.
What advice would you give to someone living in a city who wants to start gardening but doesn't have a lot of space?
My advice is to start small. You don't need a big yard to start gardening. A few potted herbs on a windowsill or a small balcony garden can make a big difference. It's also important to choose plants that are well suited for urban environments, plants that can thrive in containers or need less sunlight. Herbs like basil, mint, and rosemary are great options for beginners. Lastly, do some research on vertical gardening if you want to maximize your space.
That's great advice. Do you think urban gardening is just a trend, or will it continue to grow in popularity?
I believe it's here to stay. As more people become conscious of environmental issues and the benefits of local, sustainable food, urban gardening will likely continue to grow. It's not just about growing food, it's about creating a greener, more sustainable future for our cities.
Interview 2.
Welcome to Music Matters. Today, we're talking with Mr. Daniel, a music teacher, about the benefits of learning to play a musical instrument. Mr. Daniel, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Many people believe that learning a musical instrument is beneficial, but what are some specific benefits that it brings to individuals, particularly children?
Learning a musical instrument has a range of benefits, especially for children. First and foremost, it helps improve cognitive development. Studies have shown that children who learn to play an instrument tend to do better in subjects like math and reading because playing music requires using both sides of the brain. It also enhances memory and concentration. Additionally, learning an instrument teaches discipline and patience, as it requires consistent practice. And let's not forget the emotional benefits. Playing music can be a great way for children to express themselves and manage their emotions.
That's really interesting. Are there any social benefits as well?
Absolutely. Playing a musical instrument, especially in a group setting like a band or orchestra, teaches children how to work as a team. They learn how to listen to others, follow cues, and contribute to a larger ensemble. It's a great way to build social skills and make new friends. Even if a child is learning to play on their own, there are plenty of opportunities to connect with others, whether through music classes, recitals, or online communities.
What advice would you give to parents who want their children to start learning an instrument but don't know where to begin?
My advice would be to start by choosing an instrument that your child is genuinely interested in. If they're excited about the instrument, they'll be more motivated to practice. Also, be patient. It's important to remember that learning an instrument takes time and dedication. Parents should encourage their children to practice regularly but not push them too hard. The goal is for them to enjoy the process, not feel pressured. Lastly, consider signing them up for lessons with a qualified teacher, as having proper guidance can make all the difference.
Do you think learning an instrument is something everyone should try at some point in their life?
Definitely. Whether you're a child or an adult, learning an instrument is a rewarding experience. It's never too late to start, and the benefits, both mental and emotional, are undeniable.
Interview 3.
Welcome to Sustainable Journeys. Today, we're discussing eco-friendly travel with Ms. Laura, a sustainable tourism expert. Ms. Laura, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Eco-friendly travel has become a hot topic in recent years. Can you explain what it means and why it's becoming more popular?
Eco-friendly travel, also known as sustainable travel, focuses on minimizing the negative impact that tourism can have on the environment. This can involve choosing eco-friendly accommodations, reducing waste, conserving energy and water, and supporting local communities. The reason it's becoming more popular is that people are becoming more aware of the environmental challenges we face, such as climate change and the depletion of natural resources. Travelers want to enjoy the beauty of the world without contributing to its destruction.
What are some practical ways travelers can make their trips more eco-friendly?
There are many ways to make a trip more sustainable. For starters, travelers can choose eco-friendly accommodations, like hotels that use renewable energy or have strong waste reduction programs. Another option is to travel by train or bus instead of flying, as these forms of transportation have a lower carbon footprint. Travelers can also bring reusable items, like water bottles and shopping bags, to reduce single-use plastic. Additionally, supporting local businesses and communities by eating at local restaurants and buying locally made products can make a big difference.
That's very helpful advice. Do you think eco-friendly travel is accessible to everyone?
It can be, but there are definitely challenges. Some eco-friendly options, like certain accommodations, can be more expensive, which might not be feasible for all travelers. However, there are many small steps that everyone can take, like being mindful of waste and energy consumption or choosing destinations that prioritize sustainability. Ultimately, it's about making thoughtful choices whenever possible.
What do you see as the future of eco-friendly travel?
I think it will continue to grow as travelers become more conscious of their environmental impact. More destinations and businesses will adopt sustainable practices. We'll likely see more eco-friendly hotels, tours, and transportation options. It's also likely that governments and tourism boards will start implementing stricter regulations to protect natural resources and encourage sustainable tourism. Overall, I believe eco-friendly travel is the future of the tourism industry.